A lot of mixed messages in regards to Vinicius Jr. I mean, first of all, David Ornstein dropped the bomber that Arsenal are exploring a deal on the weekend for Vini Jr. should he not sign a contract with Real Madrid. I believe there's some issues around that deal in terms of signing that contract with Real Madrid in regards to his image rights and things of that nature. Of course, Mourinho has come in as the new Real Madrid manager, and in the game between Benfica and Real Madrid, there was some drama and then some interesting, to put it nicely, I'll say interesting comments from Mourinho around Vinicius Jr., which I don't think Vinicius would have taken too kindly to. So yeah, Arsenal have been exploring that deal. Earlier this week, it came out, it was dropped across various channels and platforms that Vinicius was going to stay with Real Madrid. There has now been contrasting reports coming out, kind of refuting that and saying, in fact, it's not a given that Vinicius is going to stay. And it is still very much in the air. And Arsenal have actually contacted Rock Nation, who is Vinicius's managing agency, and I've actually been exploring that deal and actually have had it approved on all levels, as David Ornstein initially dropped, in regards to potentially what the fee would be, what the salary would need to be in order to tempt Vinicius to come over to North London and things around that nature. But it's still very much up in the air. So a lot of contrasting reports. We're going to see how that develops. Of course, if he were to come to the Arsenal, that would be maybe the biggest transfer probably we've ever made, up there with the likes of Ozil. It would be absolutely catastrophic for the league, because what that would transform Arsenal into would just be something just maybe I don't think people would even want to contemplate at this stage, given that we got to the Champions League final and we finally got the league after 22 years. In other news, of course, we've been working on the Bruno Guimaraes deal. There's been kind of talks on 70 million, Newcastle kind of knocking that back. I don't know if an official bid has actually gone out. Closer to 80 million or 85 million, possibly with add-ons, maybe enough to tempt Newcastle. I mean, I said out the gate that I feel like 85 million should get it done. Anything past 85 million, I think they're pushing it. And that's probably not a deal we should be looking at past 85 million. But the news has dropped this morning that Eddie Howe, who actually came out and said he can't guarantee that Bruno Guimaraes will stay. Eddie Howe has now left that Newcastle job. Whether it was mutual consent, whether it is a case of he's left on his own terms, or if he had been sacked, we don't actually know. But yeah, developments over in Newcastle, which I think is going to strengthen this potential deal for Arsenal. Eddie Howe has now left Newcastle United.